Welcome back to Your Darts and thanks for joining me. Time to learn some more dart checkouts. So we have a big number of 160. So what do we do? What's the first dart and what's the golden 44 number? Okay, what's the 2 dart finish? That's what I mean by that. So the first dart, whenever we throw in treble 20 for our first dart, we visualize 40. Well, let's call it the rule of 40 onto the last 2 digits of any 3-digit number. So 40 onto 60 and it reveals 100. So it would be treble 20 leaving 100. Okay, if you want, if you're scoring this and using it as a game, you can print that out. Of course, these should be in the description box. If you remember to do it, you get 2 points for that. Okay, so what's the second dart? So we've revealed 100. How do we take out 100? So we go for treble 20. Obviously, really nice and easy, but only easy if you know the finish, I guess. And you state your double 20. Okay, treble 20, double 20 is 100. Now, what is the miss rule on the second dart? So, this miss rule, we will miss that treble more times than we go for it, then hopefully we will hit the number. So, going in this case, we're going for treble 20. We need to know what it will be when we miss treble 20, or if we miss treble 20. Of course, we want to stay positive, but what it's going to be if we hit that big 20, and it would leave 80. And if you get that right, you get a point. Then, because this is just a practice aid, all the ways you know how to take out 80. Treble 20, double 10, hitting that big 20 would leave 60, of course. It's always good to practice the miss rule on nearly every number you do, okay? And another way to take out 80, 16s players will know this, treble 16 for double 16 is 80. Hitting that big 16 would leave 64. And you get 3 points there. Any alternate finishes here? Let's have a look. I can't see any alternate finishes here. You can't go 19s on the 160, and there's no other way to take out 100. And we've covered how to take out the 80. So there we have it, 160. Quite easy one, that one. And on to the next number of 122, one of my favourites. What's the first dart we're going to throw for? And the golden 44 number, the 2 dart finish. Now this is where we're going to start with a different treble. We're going for treble 18 and it's going to reveal 68. Now don't worry about any formulas like I've given you before. Just remember there's only a few that we throw for treble 18, or I recommend going for treble 18. And so there's only a few, so just learn them kind of para fashion. 122 is a treble 18 for 68. And the second dart here, what's the 2 dart finish for 68? Well, we're on the 18s, so it's all about the 18s. The 2 dart finish for 68 is treble 18. It's a first dart indicator. If you don't know what I mean, watch my videos. I will be talking a bit more about that going forward. But treble 18, and what's the double? Double 7. Okay. Now, why do we go this way? This is what the miss rule is all about. Missing the treble and hitting the big number, because if we're going for treble 18 and we miss it, hit the big 18, okay, which is we're more likely to do, it leaves 50. It leaves that rock star finish, okay, that 1 dart at the center of the board if we want to go that way. All right, and if we do hit the treble 18, of course we got this odd number double 7, but you know that's the way the cookie crumbles on these numbers. Okay, so it's 122 is treble 18 leaving 68, and I actually remember that I'm going for treble 18 for 122 because it leaves that 68 and I'm still on the 18s. It's always about the 18s, okay? Now, because it reveals 50, if we miss the treble 18 and hit big 18, of course you get a point if you know it's 50 and there's no delay. It's got to be quick if you're playing this as a game. And you state all the ways to take out 50. So a single 18 for double 16. I would go treble 10 for double 10, because if I miss the treble 10 hitting the big number, so this miss rule, then it will leave 40 at the top of the board, my favourite way. Or single 14, double 18, you get 5 points if you get all that right. Now, let's just talk about any alternate finishes. So there's a couple of ways to go for 68. If you've only got 2 darts, you would go treble 18 for double 7. Again, leaving that bullseye, like rock star finish. But if you've got 3 darts, you might want to go treble 16, double 10. I might well do that. A lot of people will go treble 20 for double 4. So just know as many finishes as you can. It makes you a much better player. Now, we don't have a first dart alternate finish. We don't go for treble 20s here. We don't go for treble 19s. Now, just to a point, if you can hit them, if you're guaranteed to hit the trebles, you can go for anywhere you want because you can hit the trebles. But again, this miss rule would kind of determine. trying to say the right word there, determine how you go, because if we're going for treble 20 and we miss treble 20, hit the big 20, you would leave 102, and that's not on that's not a 2-dart finish, so you won't be able to finish. And if you're going for 19s and hit the, great if you hit it, but if you hit the single 19, you leave 103, and again, it's not on it's not a 2-dart finish, not on the golden 44 list. Okay, so it's treble 18s for 1 to 2 all the way. And another reason why we go that way, because if we do this miss rule, okay, comes into play on this one, of course, we miss treble 18, hit the big 18, then that would leave 104. Okay, there's a load of these finishes in the 20 range. It's really good to learn your numbers in the 20 range. But 104, and that is a 2-dart finish, so it's all about the 18s. With 104, you're going to go treble 18 again for bullseye. Okay, so learn your finishes. These 2-dart finishes are what I always talk about, the most powerful set of numbers in the game of darts. But anyways, that's number 122. On to the next number for 117. What's the first dart in the golden 44 number? Now this is really getting easy, and I hope it is, because I want everyone to get really good at checking out. So first start, we're going to throw for treble 20, so we just visualize the rule of 40, add 40 onto the last 2 digits, 40 onto 17 is 57, so it's treble 20 leaving 57. Again, you get 2 points there. Now where do we go from there? Well, what's the second dart? How will we take off 57? And I only know 2 ways to do that. I would go a single 17 for state your double for double 20. Of course, what's the miss rule? Well, there's no miss rule here because we're going for a single 17. We're not going for a treble 17. Okay, so we can't miss that treble. Remember, the miss rule is missing the treble and hitting the big number. So no miss rule there. If you want to add anything in there, feel free. Any alternate finishes? Well, yeah. So the 117, we can, when we're going with our first dart, we can change the double, the trebles. We're not using treble 20. Let's pretend we're going to use treble 19, so we just need to add that. We're not adding 40 onto the last 2 digits. If you need help, of course, these formulas are only if you need help. We're adding 43. Okay, so instead of leaving 57, you've got to add the 3 more on, and you've left 60. Okay, it really does help you if you're struggling when you first start in playing darts. Well, it helped me. So treble 17 is treble 19 leaving 60, and it's a single 20 for double 20. Okay, now here's one slightly left of field. I like it. So if you hate the top of the board, and to be fair, if you do, you're gonna have to get used to it, because you need to learn to kind of like it. Now, I first started, I love the top of the board, and I didn't like double 16, but now I really quite enjoy going for double 16. So see how I've had to change it myself. Okay, if you love the game of darts, you've got to be good at all sides of the boards. Really, it makes you a complete player. But anyway, so you can go for the center of the board. Now just be aware, if sods low might come into play, and you'll hit bullseye and you'll leave 7. Okay, and if you've only got one dart left, you won't be able to take it out. If you've got 2 darts left, you're gonna have to split it, aren't you? But I mean, if you're playing well and you like the center of the board, when you are throwing, there's more chance of you hitting that 25 because it's a larger surface area, and if you do, you can go for double 16 because 25 and 32 are 57. It is 57. Okay, so that's a nice little one. I didn't know that. I found that just by looking at doing my maths on this, and it's something I've logged into my mental Rolodex, and I enjoy going for it when I have 57. Anyway, so you get 2 points there if you want it. So that's number 117. And to the final number of the day, yes, I believe it is. What's the first dart and the golden 44 number? So we're going to go back to treble 20. Where possible, throw out treble 20, because we're creating that muscle memory when we go for the scoring, aren't we? So when we do that, we just add the rule of 40, add 40 onto the last 2 digits. So 40 onto 5 reveals your 45. So treble 20 leaving 45. Now, what is the second dart we're going to throw for? So we're going to throw for a single 13, state your double 16. Now, if you like my formulas, this really helped me, because when I first started throwing for, you got a number like 45 and you're going, okay, so it's double 16 is 32. Now for some people it's going to be really easy to work out. You need a single 13. If you don't find numbers easy, and I don't find numbers easy, little formula is when we want to find that single number we need for throwing at double 16. Okay, take 2 off the last digit. So 2 or 5 is 3, but it's going to be 13. That's the only thing you got to work it out. It's not going to be 3, it's going to be 13 double 16. And it's just really helped me very quickly work out what number I need. What's that single number I'm needing to go down to that double 16? Okay. What is the misrule on the second dart? So we're going for, there's no misrule here because it's a single 13. We're not going for a treble 13, so there's no misrule. Any alternate finishes? Yeah, quite a few here. We can go for the 19. So instead of adding 40, so for our first dart, we've decided to go for treble 19 instead of treble 20. We just add 43, not 40. So instead of it being 45, we add 3 more on. It's going to be 48. It's always a good way to think about adding 40 on first, because it's just easy to do the maths. If you struggle with that, and then you add 3 more on, and it's 48. And then how do you take out 48? Same thing here. We can do this rule I've just shown you for 48. Now all 16 players know this, but if you're struggling, just take 2 off the last digit, which is 6. Of course it's going to be 16. So 16 double 16, easy peasy. We all know that when we get a bit of experience under our belt, but you only know it if you know it. Single 16 for your double 16. Now how else can you take out 48? Now here's another thing you can do. I'm just going to tidy this up ever so slightly. If you like to finish at double 18s, and I know a number of people who do, and we have 48, there is a formula. I love my formulas. It just quickly helps you. Okay, you use plus 4 onto the 8 would be 12, so single 12 for double 18. Just helps you. My way to take out 48 would be a single 8 for double top, because I'm the top of the board guy, and also 45 another way, a single 5 for double 20. So these are quite easy. A lot of people won't need any help with these at all. Okay, this is just for people who are struggling, or people who are beginning on this crazy road to learning how to play darts. Do something else, I advise. No, I don't. Okay, so that's 105. Okay, so we are coming to the end of these kind of the series. I think I've got another 2 or 3 videos just to get through the numbers. I appreciate everyone who watches. I really, really do. Thanks again. Take care for now.